you don't stop looking for trouble. All right, that's the big message too. Stop looking for trouble. Like stop thinking you know people online and or how it's gonna go and going. And I don't know what he was thinking. Wasn't smart at all. Let's be real about that. This guy going in there looking for trouble was a stupid decision. It was a stupid choice. Welcome back to the channel. We're smoking on my dragons, divine, righteous, almighty, greats, overachieving, never slacking. Today we got somebody by the name of Shaun Jones, and this is titled Wes Watson is finished after this. Now I'm familiar with Wes Watson. I actually used to when he first came out. I was tuned in for sure to what he was speaking about. I know about everything going on, but I'm gonna let Shaun Jones dive into it, and yeah, we're gonna break this down. So, with that being said, if I didn't already say, original link in the description. Let's get to it.
You challenge someone to a fight. You say 8 a.m. at my gym. Imagine this. You challenge someone to a fight. You say 8 a.m. at my gym. I'll be there. Let's go one-on-one, me and you. And then when that person shows up, you jump him with 5 of your other mates. Wes is a coward. And thanks to John Bravo, we now get to see some more of the footage unveiled. Guys, you best believe that this story is getting milked by everyone for as long as possible.
Like you're milking a cow. Like...
But just in case there's anyone new coming to my channel, this isn't just an exclusive Wes Watson channel. Take a look at some of my other content. We cover a wide variety of stuff that's largely centered around combat sport.
Shout out to Shaun Jones. I checked out a couple of his videos in the past. He has some awesome commentary and awesome just the way he breaks stuff down. I appreciate it. Very intelligent guy. So much love to him.
Street fights, self-defense, sparring, stuff like that. But anyway, the Wes Watson plot thickens. We already know that he's had charges pressed against him, and we have to consider that Wes Watson is a former felon, so the police aren't really going to take this lightly. Now, I understand people's argument that, well, this 7-foot street mother uffer showing up at the gym looking for a fight, and he got what he asked for, but I think the extent that Wes Watson and his homies went to in this fight far surpassed.
He ain't get what he asked for, getting jumped. If you thinking it's gonna be a one-on-one and you get jumped, you ain't get what you asked for.
What can be classified as self-defense. An interesting fact that I previously missed, which John Bravo has spoken about in his latest video, was Wes Watson actually DM'd John Bravo saying, come down to the gym he trains at and let's fight.
He challenged me to a fight. He didn't like the shit that I was talking online because I like to talk a lot of shit. But he took it to a different level. He challenged me to a fight. He sends me a DM, tells me show up or shut up. He gave me the place and time, the gym that he's at, and then he blocks me.
That's why Peg Watson was so confident on those videos telling people to come down to the gym, because he's got hired security there. He's got all his boys with him. Can Wes really actually fight one-on-one? Most likely not. Anyone can be tough when you're rolling around with your boys, but one-on-one, that's where the real men are separated from the cowards. And Wes Watson, you're a coward. So John,
I'll tell you that right now. As somebody who started off boxing, that's my foundation. Grappling, jiu-jitsu, judo, Muay Thai, someone who's a martial artist. Yeah, you better know how to hold your own. I've already seen the video he's about to play. If he, I've seen some of it and I wasn't impressed at all.
John Bravo made the right decision not going down to the gym, because it could have been John getting jumped and John releasing his own footage of the situation and then me reacting to John getting jumped. We don't want that. Us YouTubers, we gotta stick together, react from a distance in an educational manner. Stay safe, my fellow friends. So the recap of everything we've covered goes like this. Wes Watson has been getting called out online for shady, scammy business practices for the better part of a year, or maybe even 2 years. And rather than just ignoring it, he started addressing it more and more and more. So then there was more content being made about Wes Watson, which for him initially probably seemed like a good thing. So Wes would go on social media and challenge all his haters to come come down to the gym and fight him one-on-one, and then someone just took him up on that challenge. So this guy, described by Wes as a 7-foot street mother uffer, walked into the gym where Wes was training with his homies. He set up his phone to film the altercation, and then Wes and his cronies went to town on him. Now, the last video we covered, we seen a few of the censored punches, and we seen that Wes kicked the guy in the head whilst he was down. Well, now, courtesy of John Bravo, we've got more footage to react to, and John's had to be careful with releasing this footage because there is a lot of legal stuff going on behind the scenes. The full...
See, I like this guy talking right now. You know why? Because he's intelligent. He's intelligent. I like it. You know, you can tell he thinks, he uses his brain. I love listening to people that use their brain.
Unedited footage will be on Twitter later on this week, which we will probably do a reaction to, and I'm going to leave it uncensored, which means the video is probably only going to get about 10,000 views because it'll be age restricted, and that is why YouTubers censor the content, because the moment your video gets age restricted, none of your subscribers actually see it anyway. So let's break down this footage. Here we go. So he comes in, we've seen this. Wes stands up. Now, I want to point out a key detail which John alluded me to, which I missed initially, and it's this guy here. Watch as he steps close towards the black guy. He takes his watch off his wrist, clearly getting ready to throw down. So here you go, he takes his watch off, he puts it in his pocket, and then that's when the altercation starts. So that first initial attack is Wes cracking him over the head with the weightlifting belt. Right now, you can tell that all of these can't fight, but specifically the 7-foot street mother uffer. Anytime someone lunges forward with two hands like this and has got the head down, it's not a good sign. Now, it also...
Not a good sign at all. They said right here he was hit with like a dumbbell or at least pushed forward, but still, like, you could just tell. Sometimes you could just, when you've been training long enough, you could just kind of tell by somebody's movements sometimes, like just the way they move their body and the way they, like, he doesn't seem coordinated with his body, you know. He doesn't seem like his balance, and allegedly he has, you know, he's special needs. Allegedly, that's been a rumor, but I'm gonna say that's a rumor until that's proven and confirmed. But here's the thing, right? For the guy, you know, I'm not the so-called black guy. I don't know what he was doing walking in there, you know, challenging Wes, you know, but whatever. He thought it was going to be a one-on-one. You don't stop looking for trouble. All right, that's the big message too. Stop looking for trouble. Like, stop thinking you know people online and or how it's gonna go and going. And I don't know what he was thinking. Wasn't smart at all. Let's be real about that. This guy going in there looking for trouble was a stupid decision. It was a stupid choice. Life's about choices. That was a dumb decision. He just could have avoided all this and just not went down there. So that right there makes me wonder, like, you know, makes me believe more in something being wrong mentally, something going on there. Because why did you go down there, right? Secondly, Wes Watson, you know, he did 10 years in prison, so it's like mentally he went back to the yard. For him to be, you know, swinging weapons, a weight belt, but it's like, don't challenge people to one-on-ones, saying you're gonna go outside and fight them one-on-one. Then they come in there, and then this happens, like, because Wes Watson's stock would have went up if he would have said fall back and fought the guy one-on-one and beat him one-on-one. His stock would have went up. People would have been like, oh, okay, all right, Wes, you know, you're not a punk. You back up what you say. But you didn't do that at all. You know, this was actually very, very cowardly. And it's like you're not on the yard. You know, you're not. Don't get me wrong. Yes, protect yourself by all means, right? But you're not on the yard. There's security cameras here. You got people to protect. You didn't have to go as far as he did. They said Wes, when they got the guy to the ground, Wes threw what, like 50 plus punches. You know, they still hitting him. Wes ends it with a soccer kick to the head. Like, what are you doing? It just doesn't make any sense. Like, what are you doing? You know, you're not in prison. You're in society. I get it. All wars based off deception. Let your enemy know you're weak where you're strong, and you're strong where you're weak. We get it. I've read The Art of War too. I know how it goes. But this isn't prison. You can't operate like you're in prison when you're in society. That's where these guys mess up and end up going back to prison. Gotta think, Wes.
Also could be because the guy who took his watch off pushed the victim. But pay close attention to what Wes does here. He actually grabs the victim's hair, and you can see Wes has still got the weightlifting belt in his hand. So he's grabbing his hair and he's slamming the weight belt up to his face like that with this other guy behind him. So once again, it looks like he's got nunchucks actually. Don't make me go and get my nunchucks out. Right, so here's the altercation.
It was just so stupid. Even for Wes Watson is a brand. Right? When you become that successful, you got all these subscribers, you got a business going, you're a brand now. Why would you guys do this? This was stupid. It ruined the brand. It's bad for business. It was dumb.
Continued. As you can see, Wes drags him down to the ground. It's hard to tell with the censoring. And then he's throwing shots. 50 shots he threw. You can see his boys getting involved. So I think this guy here in the black threw a kick. And then this motherfucker here also throws a kick. I've seen some absolutely horrendous kicks to the head of a downed opponent in my lifetime, and it's horrible. It's just brutal. It's one of the worst things you can do, because that takes this confrontation, or your confrontation, whatever confrontation we're talking about, from self-defense to felony or to crime. If someone pushes you or attacks you and you go bum bum 1 2 and they fall down to the floor and they're holding their head and making noises like this guy, hey, job done. Self-defense, check. You've got a legit argument in court that, hey, I was attacked and he pushed me, so I just resorted to me self-defense practice, 1 2, and that was it, officer. I stepped away. But the moment that someone's curled up in a ball and then you're with your mates standing around them taking turns like some form of gangbang, they're running a train on the guy, but with fists and kicks instead of the pee-pee. What am I saying here? Anyway, we might be seeing some of his homies in trouble as well. Right, now this is the part where Wes is raining down punches, and according to John Bravo, he's got the raw footage, which we will see very soon. Wes Watson throws 45 punches here, just from this position. Sorry, what was that? Self-defense? Wes saying self-defense? This has gone way beyond self-defense, guys. And then you got the other guy with the weapon, the dumbbell, 8 kilo dumbbell, something like that. Still enough to split your skull open.
That many punches, and this guy still gets up. All that working out, all that, multiple guys, weights, weapons, and this guy still gets up.
Look at the guy. He's completely laid out flat, curled up in a ball. I know the guy came to the gym to start with Wes Watson, but I kind of feel a little bit sorry for him. I'm sorry to admit it, guys. If he is a little bit mentally challenged, which, by the way, still isn't confirmed yet, he probably didn't have a clue what he was doing or a clue what he was getting himself in for. He thought he was just going to show up and have a little bit of a scrap with Wes Watson. Turns out he ended up getting gangbanged. Right, now here we have someone from the gym, a staff member, coming over, trying to pull Wes off the guy. So credit goes to this lad for at least trying. But as you can see, he doesn't look very big. He hasn't really got the strength to get Wes off the victim. Unsuccessful attempt by the gym staff there, unfortunately. Did I just hear that correctly?
Oh yeah, and he said it in the beginning too. People pointed it out in another video. And what's crazy about that is this is what's very cowardly about that is when Wes Watson, the way how I even discovered him in the beginning was there was a YouTuber by the name of Fresh Out. His channel was promoting Wes, giving Wes, putting Wes on his big platform. Fresh Out, dark guy, dark as night. Shout out to Fresh Out. So many people were supporting him. Wes literally works out to rap music all the time. Literally does his signs and all type of weird stuff to rap music. Why are you not doing your signs and all that to some, I don't know, some Nazi music. You know, like I don't get it. So like what's this identity crisis going on right now? Then I even seen some video of some dude like prank calling Wes, and you know, look it up, prank call Wes, and Wes says the N word. Maybe it's not Wes. I'm not. I'm just saying. It's just this is definitely Wes though, and that voice and that prank call sound just like Wes, and they were saying that's the number he gives out. So I mean, it sounds just like him, talk just like him, everything. So there's definitely an identity crisis going on here where the West prison definitely messed him up. Seriously.
Right there, he said effing N-word. Sometimes when I'm trying to say that word without actually saying it, I'll say Nike. I'll replace the G's with K's.
That was such a like, and what's crazy is like, I personally do believe the guy was probably mentally challenged. You know, something was going on there. But this isn't the first time this has happened. There was a guy by the name of Charlie something who was like he clearly had something wrong with him, and he used to go and challenge boxers, and he done took some whippings, but nobody did him like this. Nobody like just kept like just abused him, you know, took advantage to that extent or none of that. His name, what was his name? Charlie something, and he used to just talk. People knew something was wrong with him. They just like, hey, whatever, right? Come to the gym, yeah, we can put the gloves on. I'll show you, you know, you're not that. But other than that, no one like went tried to like, you know, like this was cowardly.
And even that upsets people. And guys, I'm clearly joking around. I'm in an interracial relationship, so I've got to get out of jail free pass anyway. Listen, guys, I actually genuinely think he said the N-word there. There, you hear.
Listen to the beginning too. Run the beginning back. He says dumb in it. Run the beginning back.
Yeah, fucking nigga. I think John has censored it out, which is good. Saves me a job. Nice one, John. Sorry, I was literally messaging John Bravo in the middle of filming this. I forgot what I was saying. Anyway, Wes Watson, racist scumbag. You already know he probably has got a little bit of that built-in racism just from the prison days. The way it's all segregated. The blacks over there, the whites over there, Mexicans, Hispanics over there.
This part right here makes me think the guy was mentally challenged. The way he's screaming, he's like almost like he becomes childlike, and it almost even when you see the kind of peep the energy, you could tell the guys around deep down. You could tell they know like, all right, this is too far. Just read the body language. You could tell they're kind of just like they're gonna put on their fronts. You know, the egos is out, testosterone all out, working, but you could tell they know like. Especially if any of them was raised by some good parents, you know, you could tell they're kind of like, yeah, this it's a little too far here. And honestly, they're probably see this is what Wes Watson's not seeing. A lot of these guys are probably low key losing respect for Wes Watson because they know it's wrong. The one with the hat, I'm reading his body language. It's almost like I can feel his thoughts in his heart. He know deep down, this ain't real. This ain't no real stuff. He putting on his ego's front, but you could tell. You could just tell. It's like he wants to say, all right, stop, but he not gonna. He probably on that Wes Watson payroll or something.
I know this is censored, but you can already tell Wes Watson punches like a pussy. His punches are slow as shit. Let's watch. Look, see?
Come on, dude. Come on, Wes. Come on, man.
It's like Wes Watson fight the Minecraft version. So the victim has taken over 50 punches to the head. He's being eye gouged. He's being hit with dumbbells. He's being kicked in the face. And then let's listen to what is said after this altercation.
If there was even just one, if that guy, see, I know that guy wasn't street smart. Why would you go down there by yourself? It was. I do think something was wrong with him. Just something ain't right about that. But if there was even just one solid warrior right there, Oh man, it would have been a whole other story, let alone two. I'm talking Warriors, people that's nice with that. Nice with it? Let's go. It would have been a wrap. Would have been a wrap. But you got about, you don't got too many punches with all those muscles. You don't, unless you trained and you've been doing this. But other than that, you don't got somebody that can make you miss, somebody that's quick. Like, you don't got too much, especially what leg kicks. Like, you too stiff. You too, like, stop it. What? If they would have got some, man, let me stop. Let me stop.
Hold the tapes. I'm trying to fight. Hold the tapes.
They really feel like they did something. They really do. Look at his legs. The guy that got jumped. Look how he's standing. Like, he don't seem coordinated with his body. He don't, like, listen. Once again, the big message is don't go looking for trouble. The guy that got jumped, he's stupid. Like, slap him in the head. To his peoples, need to slap him in his head. Like, what's wrong? So why would you do that? That was dumb. But these guys took it too far, and they're like, they really think they did something.
At the end here, you can see this little fat pig with a smile on his face.
The fat pig, well in, John. Something else which John has pointed out is if you look just next to John's logo, the brown thing by the victim's knee, that's actually one of his dreadlocks. That's his hair. So Wes has ripped his hair out of his head. The guy absolutely got f***ed. And this is why
I'm mad that Wes couldn't put him out to sleep. Like, how do you hit a man that many times? Like, how do you, and he doesn't, like, go to sleep, bro? That don't even add up. And, like, whoa, like, how can you be, maybe you need to slow down, right? And hit a boxing gym. Get that pad work in. Because
I always say, guys, it's always best trying to walk away from a fight. It's not really worth it in the end. I get people asking to spar me all the time.
It's not. That's why the guy, I got to keep going back to the guy that went in there. Guys, he shouldn't have did that. He shouldn't have did that. I'm not going to say this is no hate crime, nothing like that. Wes is just, that was stupid and ignorant. It showed his true colors. Right? Because nobody, like, if you get angry, people get in altercations all the time. If you get angry and you feel like that's an excuse to say racial slurs, something's wrong with you. That's in your blood, right? Something's wrong with you. You need to go and look in the mirror and do some inner work because there's something wrong with you. But at the end of the day, it's like the guy, he was stupid for going in there, but come on. Like, any real person would have, like, why would he didn't pull out a gun. He didn't, like, if that was the other way around and Wes Watson went to somebody by himself, right? And thinking it's going to be a one-on-one. And he's like, come on, like, people would have been like, oh, Wes Watson's a genius. And if he would have got jumped, his fans would have been pissed. So let's just be fair here. It has nothing to do with black and white. Throw that out for a second. Let's be fair here. If that was the other way around and Wes Watson and someone agreed to shoot a one-on-one fight, have a one-on-one fight with Wes Watson, and he pulled up right to the gym by himself, and he ended up getting jumped, people will be going crazy right now. Especially if you do want to talk of race card, if that was so-called blacks that did that, his fan base would have went crazy. Oh, this is all they do is jump. Come on, so let's just be fair here.
YouTube channel, in my Instagram DMs, and I'm like, no, I don't know you. I don't know who you are. Why would I risk my health or even my life going and meeting up with someone who's got no social media
This is a smart guy talking. Definitely listen to him.
footprint whatsoever, just because they want a little spark. I watched a YouTube documentary yesterday of some kid who met up with one of his fans, and in the end, the fan murdered the YouTuber. They were only young as well. They only looked like maybe about 16 or 17 years old, and the subscriber stabbed him over 100 times and then pulled his eyeballs out of his sockets. You've got no idea who you're messing with. You think that you know who Wes Watson is because you're watching all of his videos online. Wes claims he's a guy of integrity and says, yeah, come on, let's fight one-on-one. But then you show up to his gym expecting the one-on-one fight. Next minute, his goons and his security is stepping in. And the same goes for Wes Watson as well. There's crazy people on the internet. So you getting on your Instagram with millions of followers and saying, come and meet me at this gym, you're an idiot, mate, because you don't know what psychopath is going to turn up. Someone could have randomly just turned up with a gun and just shot the place up. As I say in my previous video, one thing that Wes Watson could have done is when the guy turned up, just said to him, hey, do you know what, right, let's get the gloves on. Let's have a little friendly spar. Because as soon as those gloves go on and you touch gloves and you do it in a respectable manner and it's a bit of a scrap, but it's organised and it's agreed and it's one-on-one, that can save you from potential legal implications. Not like little pussy cowards. 4-on-1, 5-on-1, eye gouging, head kicks, pulling hair. Wes Watson's fighting like a bird. As I say, guys, the full unedited footage will be out at the end of this week. I'll try and get a full edited and unedited version of it onto my YouTube channel because the unedited version will 100% be age restricted, and I guarantee 90% of you won't even see that video. So if I get the edited version out, the majority of you will see that video, and then from that video I can direct you to the unedited version. As I say, YouTube won't show you that unedited version. Okay, guys, so comment all your thoughts down below. Let me know your opinions. If you're into seeing some bodybuilders getting humbled, then maybe you can check out yesterday's video. YouTube also thinks that you might like this video down here, right there. And then I've also got a recent video uploaded on my fitness channel, which I'll put up here. Wow, look at this. 3 videos to choose from. Which one are you going to go with? Nice one, boys. So I'll see you tomorrow.
Definitely subscribe to him. He's a very intelligent guy. You can tell he knows what he's talking about. Very mature, and I appreciate his perspective. I appreciate his opinion. He makes a lot of sense, you know, and what he says. I've heard him in the past before talk. He makes a lot of sense on what he says. You know, at the end of the day, overall, you know, all parties were stupid, including the guy that got beat down like that. For the choices, the decisions. Like, we're all grown men. Wes Watson, I'm sure he's read a lot of books when he was locked up. He knows about energy. He knows about manifestation. He knows about law of attraction. Stop it. Why would you attract that type of... You attracted that energy to yourself. Why are you getting online, you know, challenging people? And that's insecurities. That means you really care about the things that people are saying negatively about you, and you need to address that insecurity and stop going online and trying to prove something. It's because now it led to a situation where your stock went down. Sure, your ego is going to say, oh, my stock didn't go down. I'm still rich. I'm still this and that. But, you know, that, no, I did, bro. You're like, I was disappointed because I've watched in the beginning, like, he seemed very humble. You know, like, I knew of him because it was so-called black guys that were promoting him, you know, that was interviewing him, putting his story out there, and you using racial slurs is a disrespect to every single one of them, and you need to apologize for that because it's wrong. It's just not right. Simple. You didn't have to go that far. You know, you didn't have to disrespect and just like, what's wrong? Like, guess you need therapy, man. You know, prison really did a number on you, brother. It did. See, I'm gonna say I'm not a disrespectful person, so I'm gonna say things like, brother, prison did a number on you. You know, it did. And it came out of you. You know, you weren't on the yard. You know, you already had the upper hand. It was like you're like, I have to go that far, man. You know. But with that being said, original link in the description. Let me know your opinions in the comment section. I'll be back with more soon. Much love.